Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed Fight Night. We have ourselves another OP07 match here. We got my boy Endeavor on the left-hand side, back with that classic blue doffy, as well as Nacho Libre on the right-hand side with that brand new Rob Lucci. Now, this is, I believe, round 3 at DXN Outpost, DXN Provisions, and this is an OP07 proxy tournament. So if you see some cards that are in black and white, I'll go ahead and explain them as thoroughly as possible. So we did see the PREORDER setting up our top 5. Pretty amazing turn 1 play, obviously. We see the Span Dam coming down. Now we see a 7k swing going to life, minusing 1 Dawn, milling 2 cards off the top. And Endeavor is going to go ahead and actually take this. And now Endeavor is at 4 Dawn here. We're going to swing 8k into life. Use the ability here. We're going to grab the Weevil and then draw us a card. Just a ton of draw here. And it does actually connect. Nacho dropping down to 4 life. Now it's pretty unique that we see, or pretty rare, I feel like we see 2 5 life leaders going at it. So we see an easy 5 going into life. We're going to go ahead and counter out of that with that 2k. And now we see the Kaku coming down, bottoming 2 cards here to pop a 3-cost Lure, which he did get -1 off of that leader ability. So looks like we are going to see the 3-cost doffy here. We're going to rearrange our top 5, make it easier so that we set up our attack play here. So we're probably going to swing 7k into life, use its ability to go ahead and play it once again. Now, I think for the most part, this matchup is favored Rob Lucci just because you're able to just remove everything on the board. So we're going to grab the, obviously the Gecko to grab ourselves another card from trash. And now this 7k swing does connect. Now, Nacho has 3 life to Endeavor's 4. Now, one thing you have to note, man, my man Endeavor has so many cards in his hand. One thing we do have to note is that Endeavor does run a lot of removal since it's blue, right? A lot of bottom decking abilities, and that really hurts Lucci. Fortunately, every time Lucci swings with a Dawn or without Dawn, we're milling 2 every turn. So we're swinging 6k here, and it looks like we're going to go ahead and 2k counter out of this. And now with Nacho at 7 active Dawn, he's got a couple plays, right? I mean, this deck is so good at really I feel like it's a watered down Sakazuki, but we are swinging 8k into life. We're going to mill 2. We're going to mill a Helmeppo and the Tempest Kick, which is a way better eruption here. We're going to go ahead and pitch 2 2ks, and then we're going to play the actual Rebecca, grabbing ourselves a 2k Khalifa and passing the turn. Really unfortunate here not to see any, seeing the whole board survive. Pretty crazy. So we're going to swing 5k into life. This is an easy 1k counter. I think Nacho might actually end up giving it to him. I don't think we should block here just because if he does end up doing anything, we can block, right? So we see the PREORDER once again. I mean, I think Endeavor's seen a reorganized card every single turn, and you're able to do that once you play one, right? So once you play one card that looks at the top 5, you can set it up so that the following turn you can play another one and then another one. Pretty nasty here. So we're swinging 7k into life, leader ability. We're going to go ahead and play the Weevil once again to draw us a card. Now this is 7k. I imagine we're going into life. It could be also against the Kaku, but I don't think so. And now we're going to go ahead and tap for a Gecko, grabbing ourselves a 2k counter from trash and then passing the turn, I believe. And that Law is actually a really good card. It's actually super fun, and I feel like if the play is big brain enough, it can be pretty nasty. Forcing your opponent to pitch a card or to bottom deck a card actually, and then bringing back a 2k back to hand is really relevant, I think. So my man Nacho now at 9 Dawn. Now what's really nice here is that this deck does run Sabos, which is great into a lot of matchups. So we could see a Sabo play coming down here. He's an 8-cost character, popping a 5 and a 3. We're swinging 7k into, looks like possibly life. I think we're swinging 7 into life, and yes, we're going to go ahead and block that here. And now, unfortunately for Nacho, we don't have too many cards on the board, so we are able to pop literally just one 4 cost, and that's it, if we do have the Sabo in hand. But it looks like we're going to swing 5k actually into the Gecko, milling 2, and then giving -1 here to possibly the Weevil. Now, if you don't notice, Nacho still does not have the stage, and this is the issue with this deck. Lucci can be a bit of high roll because you are pitching like 2 cards every single turn, and there's no way to get back a lot of your cards. So we are going to go ahead and play that Tempest Kick to draw us a card, which is another great way to find our Geckos as well as our Enos lobby, and it looks like we're gonna go ahead and make that Weevil a 0 cost right now. And now we're gonna play the Spandam to check top 3. What do we find here? We find nothing. Enos lobby, why are you not a CP leader, a CP stage? I guess if you were, that'd be too good. So it looks like we're gonna go ahead and tap 2 for that Melpo here, and then tapping 4 for that Rob Lucci, and we're gonna go ahead and pitch the 2 there. Pretty good. Pretty good here. Swapping it out just because we had an empty space. I think that was a clear mistake here. But the Rob Lucci is going to go ahead and bottom deck 3. Getting rid of 2 bodies. Super good here. And we still have a Rebecca on the board now. And so we are going to swing a 5k into life, and we're actually going to go ahead and take it. And now we see the once again another 3-cost Doffy, rearranging the top 5. I feel like a broken record at this point. I think we've reorganized our deck so like at least 4 to 5 times already in this game. So setting up at the top, you love to see it. When you see the bottom, it's pretty bad. So 7k swing, you see the Jinbei. We're gonna play the Gecko. Gecko's gonna go ahead and give us a 2k counter, and we're gonna go ahead and block it with it looks like we're hitting the Doffy actually. So yeah, grabbing that Doffy, and I believe Endeavor has 4 active Dawn now. Yeah, 4 active Dawn. Now, Nacho's board is pretty insane. You have the 2 6k bodies, but Endeavor had 1 body, and now he has like got so many, right? It's got so many cards on board now, and they're all pretty threatening. They are all it's 3 5ks, which isn't too bad, but we also have 2 blockers, and we just set up our next turn, so it's not looking too bad for Endeavor here. I think Nacho needs to see a Sabo. I think he needs to see a Sabo. I think if he also has a Gecko, that'd be pretty good here. Looks like we're swinging 6k into possibly life, or it could have been into that Gecko. And now we see a 7k swing into that Gecko. We're going to -1 on that Jinbei. We're going to go ahead and mill 2, and it looks like we are going to go ahead and block this. And now we see a 6k swing, and this is another 2k counter. And now we see this Sabo, the one that we did mention before. So this card's really nice. It's an 8-cost body. You pitch a card, you pop a 5-cost as well as a 3-cost or lower character on the board. And what's really nice is that because of Lucci's ability, dropping that 4 into a 3 gets us rid of a 4 and a 3, which is really nice. So 6k into life, we counter out of it with a 2k, and now we see a 7k swing going into life, just straight up ignoring the board, playing out that Jinbei, and now we get to play a card from a hand, and that's actually that Law that we talked about. Now we can use Law ability, but it's also just another body, and now we see that devastating 6k the 6-cost 8k body coming down. We're gonna stun the Sabo as well as bottom deck a 1-cost, and this is extremely good. I don't know, honestly, a 6-8 with that stat line, with that ability, it's so good, man. It's so good. So yeah, we got rid of 2 bodies. We need to get rid of this board though, right? We have 10 Dawn. It's all very threatening. Either we have to set up a couple blockers, or we have to get rid of this board. I mean, obviously we can go for lethal. Endeavor has 4 life, and there's nothing else to attack into. So I'm really hoping here Nacho has another way to get rid of some more bodies. Even if he had another Lucci right now, it wouldn't be too helpful because we get rid of the 3 as well as the 4. But unfortunately, we don't have a blocker, and with only 1 life, we would still have that 6-8 Boa Hancock still active. So I think Nacho is kind of looking for a prayer here. I think an 8-cost Gecko would be pretty good, setting up a blocker plus plus some more removal to get rid of some things. I mean, it's black, man. Anything's really possible with this deck. Let me know in the comment section below how you guys feeling about Doffy right now. It's a really interesting state that the deck's in right now. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. 6k into life does connect here, and -1 on that Trafalgar Law, making 2 3-costs on the board. And now we see a Khalifa drawing 2, trashing 2, seeing what's in our hand here, getting rid of the kind of the cards that we really don't need. Really underrated ability, honestly, and hopefully my man Nacho has a Sabo. I'm hoping he does. I don't think it would help too much right now, but I think we need to set up another blocker, or set up a blocker just in general. I mean, we could also swing, if we really wanted to, we could swing 8k with the Hamepo. I don't think it's the best play, but it looks like Nacho doesn't have many choices. I feel like if he had something that made a bit more sense, he would have just done it already. And it looks like we are going to go ahead and really think about this turn. We're gonna tap 1 for the Tempest kick here, drawing a card, minusing 3 on that that boa, and it looks like we have a Lucci. If we have a Lucci, we get rid of the just the boa, and then we're gonna go ahead and bottom deck 3 cards, and then I'm assuming we're gonna pass the turn here. And it looks like Nacho only has 3 cards in hand, so my man Endeavor has 3 bodies. Nacho has one card with 3 cards in hand, and then 1 card in life. This is a 7k swing going to life. If he counters out of this, okay, he counters out of this. This is an easy 7k into life. This has to connect, and now we see a 9k swing, and of course that does connect. Endeavor does end up taking this. Thank you guys so much for checking out this channel as well as this video. I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP07 content coming out soon. See ya.